Can you tell me which popular drink retailer was kicked out of Kansas City? Find out in today's video. What's up, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to day 3 of the Epic USA road trip. And I spent most of the day in Kansas City, and I started vlogging like I normally do, and it just didn't work out because I was doing so many different things and it's just such a mess. So I'm doing like a recap video, and I'm going to show you a little bit of what I saw and my key takeaways and what you should do, what you shouldn't do. Now, I want to start by saying, when I went to Kansas City, I was expecting to do just one thing that I had on my list. I was like, Kansas City is not going to be, there's not going to be much to do. There's not going to be a lot to see. And I'll tell you, I was so wrong. Now, frankly, I mean, it is not the prettiest city, and there are a lot of homeless people, but there is so much to do. I had no idea. It was unbelievable. First of all, I want to say, there's like several visitor centers, but you want to go to the one in Union Station because it's right central location. Go to Union Station. Right in the Crown Plaza nearby, which is where you can do a tour of Hallmark. They have Legoland and Sea Life. Right there at that Union Station, they have a desk, and they give you a coupon book, and there's a free coupon to go up the World War I Memorial, which for $5 you can go up to the top of the tower and have amazing views. Unfortunately, the day I was there, they were closed, and they weren't going to be open again until Memorial Day, which is like a week from today. So I didn't go to that, but their museum is very historic as well. You can pay to go to their museum as well, which is right there. And it is beautiful. And even if you don't go to the museum or go up the tower, they just have amazing views over the city, but just not like 100 feet up in the air. So definitely recommend, parking. If it's a weekend, you get to park in Crown Plaza parking garage, like for the visitor center. You can park there for free on the weekend. So luckily, hopefully you're there on a weekend. You go there, you park. You can walk straight to Union Station. It's not far. It's cool to see Union Station as well. And then you can get your coupon book. You can go to World War Memorial, which is right across the street. But there's just so much to do. Now, something funny that I noticed in Kansas is that a lot of places are called traffic ways. Like, it's not like a boulevard or a highway or things like that, but it's like a traffic way, which is kind of weird. And so I used my, little like spiel and stuff like that, and I got a tour on one of the tour buses there, which was freaking awesome because that's the thing I recommend. If you go to any city and you have it in your budget, you definitely need to do one of those ride-on bus tours or whatever, because it teaches you about all the things there are in the city that they have to offer that you could potentially do, and it also just opens your understanding to the history and the culture, because there's so much history and culture in Kansas City. I had no idea. Now, if you guys, I just remember this, you guys might not know this, but Kansas City's in Missouri, not Kansas City. There's no real Kansas City, Kansas. It's just in Missouri. I don't understand why. That's the one thing I didn't learn, but that's just a fact. And when I was on that tour bus, though, it was funny because there was a group from Washington, D.C., and then there was a group that was also from Kansas, but that also had a weird connection to the tour guide, which was the funniest thing. It just made me think, it's a small world. I found somebody from, out of all the places somebody could have gone in the United States, I found somebody in Kansas City who was on the tour with me from Washington, D.C. That was just crazy, I thought. Now, I will say, when you ride that tour bus, a lot of what I'm going to say next is on that, and they'll tell you about it, but after you go to, Crown City, you get on the tour bus, or you go to Union Station, I definitely recommend going to the River Market. It is downtown. It's, the largest open-air market in the United States, I believe, and they have everything from, small boutiques to actual food and produce. In the spring, they have a lot of flowers, stuff like that. There's Boulevard Brewery, which is on your way downtown from Union Station. You can go there. It's really cool to go there because they give you free samples and a tour. And to get to the market and get even possibly to Boulevard Brewery, I don't know for sure, you can take the trolley. They have a trolley that stretches from Union Station down to the river, and it's free to ride. It's a really nice trolley, so you can really easily get around after you've parked at Crown Center or Crown Plaza, and then walk over to Union Station and then take the trolley straight from there. Now, there's also lots of places to get food, but down at the River Market is one of the best places to get food all around there. If you go to any of those places, it's really great food. I'll also put links in my website down below that'll have an interactive map so you can see all of this laid out for you. But the other thing is really cool is that I thought I was in Beverly Hills for a second when I was in Kansas City, because they have the Community Club Plaza, or Country Club Plaza, sorry, and it's like the upscale shopping and restaurant side. It's on the opposite end of the city from the river, but it's really, really nice to just walk around, be around there. And I was just mind blown at how rich looking it looked, which is kind of cool. And I'll throw in, they have a tiny toy museum. Tiny toy museum is like $5, and the art museum is completely free, and it's a really big, nice art museum. It's called the, it's actually like a really hard name to pronounce, but just look up the art museums, and it's right next to the tiny toy museum in Kansas. I'll have it on my map as well, so you can find it there, but it's a massive museum. They have so much different kinds of arts, and it's all free, which is really great. Now, in the beginning, I asked you guys, like, which coffee retailer was kicked out of Kansas City. Well, it's Starbucks, and it's Starbucks because in Kansas City, they really support the small business owners, which is really interesting because when Starbucks opened up, now there might be one or two, but when Starbucks opened up in one location in particular, it was trying to run out one of the small businesses, and a bunch of people like protested, came out, like boycotted. It was crazy when they were telling me this story, and actually they successfully kicked out Starbucks, which was really cool, I thought, because it's a unique story, something you don't hear often. So after I was in Kansas City, I mean, those are the highlights of Kansas City. After I was in Kansas City, they have just up north, well, I say just up north, I mean, it's like 2 hours away. They have the largest ball of twine, which I went and visited, which was kind of cool. Unfortunately, just as I was arriving, it like got to a slower speed limit when I entered the little town, and it was a little town, so I didn't realize that the speed changed. And I got pulled over by a cop, and I had no idea he was behind me when I went to get out to go look at the ball of twine. He just gave me a warning, luckily, but that was just really interesting experience. I had no idea he was there. He just gave me a warning. But and then just like an hour north of that is the I have to get this right, the Geographic Center of the Continental USA, which I went to, and I was just really cool to be there. And I was at sunset too, which was really nice. And so I did that, which was pretty cool. And that's not far from there. So if you're already out there at the ball of twine, you might as well go to the center of the United States. Or if you're at the center of the United States, you might as well go out to the ball of twine. And then the other thing I'll say is that while I was making this video, unfortunately I cracked my screen, so that it looks kind of funny now. That's because of that, and I was trying to make a video for you guys, so I had to take my case off to put my microphone on, but what can you do about these things? iPhones crack so easily. I barely dropped it on the ground too. It's like, I don't understand. Anyways, the takeaways I want you guys to understand is that don't have like preconceived notions of places that you go, because I thought Kansas City was going to suck. Got there, is amazing. There's so much to do, so much culture, so much history, so many activities, despite it being not the prettiest place. That's pretty much it for Kansas City and the surrounding area of Kansas. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button to help me reach more people, because it really does make a difference. Like, YouTube likes to see subscribers and helps me push it to more people. Because I really want to help people travel on a budget, understand that traveling, no matter how far or how short you go, it really opens your eyes to new experiences and really gives you an opportunity to grow as an individual and to learn more about the world around you. So please hit the subscribe button, share with somebody you know, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Have fun!